Today we have Tracy helping us with the session today, which is going to start usually as we do, nice and tall, standing up comfortably, knees staying slightly relaxed, even weight over both feet. We just want to have a nice relaxed posture, don't feel like we're tensing for no reason or just relaxing too much with our necks up. So chin is slightly in, shoulders a little bit open, knees staying a little bit relaxed, so nothing activating or pulling too much on the top of those kneecaps. Normally that's the quads. Don't want to feel like I'm pushing my hips forward, I want to feel like my hips are being pushed back so the weight's nicely on my heels. Not going to move yet, just going to calm the body down a bit and breathe in, nice inhale, and a long exhale out, really collapsing those lungs in around those ribs, and deep inhale, and long exhale out, lungs pressing into the closing in that chest, and again deep inhale, and exhale out, nice length out. Let's do two more, nice long exhales, really emptying out those lungs, and long exhale out, shoulder position, chin position, all relaxed and comfortable. Last one, deep inhale, and a long exhale out. Good, we're going to stretch out our spine a little bit. First we're going to start with the neck, let's tip our head over to the right, twist the head looking towards the chin, or the chin towards the floor, right arm comes behind the head, back of the head, and a little bit of pulling, looking a bit more down towards the floor, a bit more rotation at the neck. 3, 2, 1, and slowly release the head and lifting up over to the other side, tipping over first, then we rotate, grab that head with the other arm, or the arm that we're looking at. Trying to keep the shoulders level so we don't feel like the spine's twisting at all, nice and heavy. So it's nice, pull from the back of the neck to that collarbone, shoulder blade area. 2, 1, and release the head slowly up. Last one, each way, tip the head first over to the right, rotate the head so you're looking down towards the floor, right arm comes around, back of the head, near the crown of the head, a little bit of pressure on the hand, can be a little bit of a pull with the arm, not too much, don't feel like my shoulders lifting up into my neck at all. 2, 1, release the head and lifting it up, and over to the other side. Last one, tip first, rotate, head's nice and heavy, arm comes around, grabbing the back of the head, a little bit of extra pull, keeping it there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release the head and lifting up. Now we're just going to do a normal stretch over to the side, head tipped over to the right, and we fall over with the shoulders, keeping the weight balanced over those hips, arms staying nice and relaxed. This front shoulder, or the left shoulder from falling onto the right, doesn't fall forward. You try and keep the back nice and square, parallel to the hips, and slowly rebuild from the base of the spine all the way up. To the left, head falls over, left shoulder dragging us down, weight's nicely on that left foot, hanging into that ankle, so we feel like we're curving the body. Don't feel like you're pushing too much weight onto the right foot, keeping most of it still on that left foot. 2, 1, and slowly up. So imagine we're stuck between two planes of glass, we're just falling back and forth. Over to the right, nice heavy shoulder, falling nicely onto that ankle. Head staying in line as well, don't feel like you're dropping your head forward as you're falling over. Feel like you aren't retracting it back into the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and slowly up, tipping the head over to the left, opening up those ribs. A nice heavy one. Relax the shoulders, don't feel like I'm working too hard yet. This shouldn't be too intense either, just letting the body's gravity help us kind of drag us down, keeping the weight heavy in that left foot. 2, 1, and slowly up. Last one each way, tipping over, opening up those ribs, weight shifting onto the right. Head's heavy, that's kind of the catalyst that gets us that weight on that right side, keeping it nice and parallel on the feet, still nothing's turning out and twisting in the knees. 3, 2, 1, slowly up, all the way, tipping the head over to the left, falling out that shoulder, left arm dangling out the arm, weighting that left foot, keep it there for a nice heavy 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. We're going to include the arms now just to get a bit of extra stretching out of it. Do keep the arms straight, try not to have anything bending in the elbow. Left arm goes up towards the ceiling. Before we start tipping over, check your left shoulder, it's nothing into the neck, nice and relaxed, but lays at the bottom. And we tip over to the right, same action with the head, there's just a bit, there's an arm now that's above our head. You're going to keep that arm nice and straight for me, straightening it out, still keeping it out the neck, really opening at that blade, opening at the side of those ribs. This right arm is dangling nicely out the shoulder, so it's a nice heavy hang. No need to rush this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we slowly come up, keep the hand high. Let's lower that arm, right arm goes up towards the ceiling. Same thing, this journey starts with the head falls over to the left, and we fall over, head's leading the way, left shoulder, feeling like it's an anchor dropping down towards the floor, weight on that left hip. Right arm, try and straighten for me a little bit more there, good. 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. Changing arms once again. Left arm gets up, really opening up those ribs. We tip over to the right. Keeping that reach, opening up that side. Keeping that length. Weight back, over to the side. Reaching that top arm up. Good leg out of it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. Changing arms now. Right arm high. We tip over to the left. Really keeping the right arm straight. Good leg out of it. Arm staying on. Keep that arm straight for 4. Left arm loose. 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. Last one each way. We're changing arms once again. Left arm up. Tipping over to the right. Opening up the ribs. Weights nicely on that right foot. Feel like we've tipped over. Opening up that hip. So we're pulling from that hip bone to the rib cage. All the way to the shoulder blade with that arm for 3, 2, 1. Now keeping this arm straight. The top arm. We're going to grab it with the bottom arm. Grab the wrist. Then we pull this arm a little bit further away from that side. So the shoulder still stays out the neck. Nothing climbing up into that blade. Keeping that arm reaching for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of the wrist. Stay over still, so don't stand up. 2, 1. Then we restack that spine up. Last one. Changing arms. Right arm up. Tipping over to the left. And falling over. Head leads the way. Arm cascades down as well. First, keep that normal stretch. Not doing anything yet. For 3, 2, 1. Then the left arm comes up. Grabs that right wrist. And a little bit of extra press or pull away from his blades. Now I'm getting this extra leg out of those rhomboids, those traps, that lower traps that hold that shoulder blade up, releasing, opening up from the ribs and that hip. Weight on that left foot. 3, 2, 1. Let go first. Don't stand up. Still keep the weight there. Breathing in, nice and relaxed. And we slowly restack up, nice and tall all the way. Very good. Interlace those fingers, placing behind the head. We're just going to stretch the back of the shoulders now. So just the neck rolling forward before we do our roll down. And all we do is we lean a little bit forward so the weight goes into the toes. And then I want you to drop that chin down and feel like your hands are providing a bit of extra weight on that head. Careful not to feel like we're rolling our shoulders and our spine, so our head goes down, but our shoulders don't cave with it. We don't get it back work as well. That stays nice and up. It's almost like your head has just dropped down. Heavy hands might pull from the middle of those shoulder blades and that spine. 3, 2, 1, and lift the head up. Let's go again. Deep inhale, drop that head down. Good, so it's a nice heavy head. And as we do that, elbows come in a little bit more for me. Good, so you can really get that length out the back of those blades and feel like there's anchors in these elbows kind of hanging down toward the floor while we keep that back nice and elongated and straight. So it's just that head doing the stretch for us. And I feel it pulling from those shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and slowly, nicely up. Very good. And again, deep inhale and tuck the chin, just the chin down. Weight of the hands doing the pulling work for us. Just a bit of extra weight in front of the body. Weight slightly in the toes. Don't feel like you're standing on your toes, just a bit of weight into those feet. Keep it there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. Very good. Nice work. Nice heavy head to it. And tuck the chin. Curving forward. Good. Nice weight. Now we're keeping the weight ahead. Nice and wet in the toes. Arms are heavy. Elbows are a little bit more in. Just to create a bit of extra pull. Because as those elbows come in, these shoulder blades and these inside near the shoulders are having to pull open as those elbows come in and up. Last 2. Now don't rush these either. No need to panic. No pulling on it. We just let that head slowly relax. Hanging into it. Weight stays nicely in the toes. If you feel the pull there, good. Try and get a bit more out of it, keeping that back nice and straight. Might pull quite a lot over the rib cage and the ribs with all that tension going through the back as well. 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. And we'll do our last one. Deep inhale and tuck the chin. Curving forward. Just the neck, just the head for now. A lot of muscles holding onto that base of the skull. They do a lot of work, a lot of tension when we think if we're stressed. So we try to get that to release. Heavy hands, elbows a little bit in, knees staying soft. So while you're thinking about the top of the body, you can panic a little bit or your body can start to tense. So think about the other parts. Where's the weight in the feet? Are my legs slightly relaxed? Don't want anything pulling on my kneecaps unnecessarily. Just a nice heavy weight in the feet for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly up. Very good. Release those hands. Good. We're going to do the full roll down now. So we're starting with the head as we did before. We don't just get our body weight to cascade now. Ahead of us, we want to feel that melting and roll of that spine. So that curve through the neck, curve through the mid-back, curve until we can get as much as we can. Don't just move from the hips. So the tendency might be to tuck that chin, then curve first, a little bit. We've got a curve now, and then there's this hip hinge, which I don't want to see. I want to see a nice curve down, and then once we start getting there, then slowly start moving a bit in the hips. Deeper down, tuck the chin to the chest, melting forward, weight staying in the toes. Keep the arms dangling, they're out the shoulders. Really think about this one. It's not just making your body try and touch your toes. We don't really want to find out how deep we can get. We want to feel like we're in control of that stretch of the back, really getting a curve if we can. Shoulders, as I've said before, don't do anything with them, so don't let them climb up into the neck. They're staying loose out of it, hanging into the feet. 3, 2, 1, and we slowly restack up. This is a nice slow stretch out of that back. It's a bit of articulation, but you really want to focus on every little vertebra in the spine, giving it as much flexibility as we can. A lot of tension is held in the back all day, every day we're standing, so we want to get a bit of that mobility and release a bit of that tension. And again, tuck that chin against that chest. Arms are switched off, completely hanging out of it. Weights nicely in the toes, hanging into the feet, knees staying loose, keeping the weight ahead of those hips, shoulders staying relaxed. A nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly restacking up all the way. Nice stack, rebuilding up, shoulders staying loose, opening up in the chest, arms staying loose, arms hanging next to the shoulders. Very good. Let's go again. Deep inhale and tuck the chin, curving forward, weight staying in front, hanging into the hips, arms are loose, weights in the toes, keeping the weight in front. Getting that curve, make sure those arms are just ornaments hanging off the chest, nothing in the shoulders, nothing holding on. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly restack up all the way, really stretching out that back. We'll do our last 2 at the top. Open up the chest, reposition the spine, legs stay relaxed. Let's go again. Tuck, really melting forward, getting that length out the back, thinking about what's happening behind us, not just focusing on the way we're going with our arms, really focusing on what's releasing in my back. Where's the tight spot? Where am I feeling it the most? And really working into those areas. 3, 2, 1, and we slowly rebuild up, heavy in the toes, arms staying nice and dangly, nothing. Feel those claws in the back, those muscles restacking us up, building nice and tall, shoulders go open. Last one, deep inhale and tuck the chin, curving forward, weights getting in front of those hips, hanging into the feet, nice and loose, shoulders staying loose, hanging out the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly restacking up all the way, nice and tall. Very good. We've done a bit of the backline. Let's do a bit of the fingers as well. We're going to interlace those fingers, so a bit of an interlace there. And we're going to press those arms in front of us. Doesn't have to be too high, doesn't have to be above the head, doesn't have to be too low either. Just a nice flex in the hands. So we're trying to stretch out the palms, those knuckles in front as well. Often if we're used to holding things, we're doing things a lot with our hands, we're going to get a little tight hands. This might be quite nice and it might be very tight as well. And bring it back. Now we want to change our hand position around. So if your right thumb, your left thumb is on top, change it now so your right thumb's on top, and then sort of shuffle into your 1, 1, 1, 1 of each hand. And same thing, extend out. This may feel a bit strange as well. We're not used to it. We normally do the one way only. So you want to mix it up a little bit, keeping that pressure in. So there's a different lead finger now. 3, 2, 1, and back in. Go back to normal. Grabbing those hands and pressing out. Trying to get extension out the arms. Don't want to have bent elbows. Want to have real strength. Straightness out those arms. Really going to get that pull in. For 4. Keeping them nice, feel tight on those fingers. That's fine. 3, 2, 1, bending in, going back to the opposite now, so the other fingers on top, the other thumb started and pressing out, shoulders staying loose. Careful we don't lean back too much with the spine either. There's sometimes a tendency to kind of push those hips out. You want to keep those hips nicely tucked under the shoulders. You can see Tracy doing well, nothing too much in the neck. This is all down. 3, 2, 1, and back in. Last one each way, normal way first, and pressing out. Good extension out those arms. Keeping that reach, hands just getting that nice long stretch out of them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in. And last one, switching around and extend out. Nice length out those arms, keeping that reach. Length out of it, stretching those hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we go a little bit of looseness in the hands now. Hands go behind the back, palms are going to touch. We're going to interlace those fingers. Good. Now no rotation needed, so this hand is, we aren't rotating our hands this way, we aren't rotating them the other way. We're just going to keep them back, and then we're going to lift them up as much as we can. No rotation, nice straight arms. And we don't want to feel like I'm falling forward at all. I'm just sitting nice and tall, and my arms go back. Still holding those knuckles together. That'll provide a bit of the stretch. You're going to feel the pull right in the front of the shoulder blades. It's going to be quite tight. You may go up into the biceps a little bit, but that's just a bit of that pec pulling as well. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Starting position of the shoulders is quite important. If we have them rolled forward, it's going to be harder for us to get those arms up. So you want to feel like you're putting them a bit open first before you even begin. Then you lift those hands up as much as you can. There's not an end destination. So if you're just off the hips as well, that's fine. If you can get higher, do try and force and get higher. It might be quite tight. But do feel like you are pushing those arms up, getting that stretch. Watching the hips don't fall forward either. We're not pushing that stomach ahead of us. Staying nicely under the shoulders. Knees stay relaxed as always. And lower down. Let's do 3 more. And we press up. It might be quite tight in our shoulders. Might have limited range. But do try and get a little bit extra stretch each one. A little bit extra height. As long as we're keeping that integrity of the body. Opening up the chest. Opening up that pull. 3, 2, 1. And lower down. And last 2. Nice straight back. Working through those arms. Might be quite tight. That's fine. Relaxing into it. Don't feel like I'm panicking or too much. Nice slow breaths. Keep that height. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Lower down. Last 1, and lifting up. Get that height. Keep that reach through it. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax those hands. Good. We're going to work a bit through now our feet and skip now the legs a little bit. We'll do that one on the floor. Tip the right wrist or the ankle out to the side. So you're keeping the weight on that left foot, twisting that wrist or the ankle out to the side, rolling a little bit onto it, back of the ankle, pulling a little bit, really connecting our mind to what we're feeling. So again, we don't want to feel like we're just zoning out, we're just stretching our foot, thinking about that foot, what part's tight, is it the top of the foot, near the toes, is it around the base of the ankle, back of the ankle, near the Achilles, what are we feeling? 3, 2, 1, then changing over, weight distribution. One might be more coordinated than the other, so don't worry about that, don't think it's tighter, it's just the coordination of moving the other foot, or the foot we're not used to moving first. Might feel a bit odd, might not have the right shape, you might think a bit, things aren't going right here, it's just maybe the coordination, not so much the tightness. Waist nice on the side, same thing, thinking about where am I feeling it, where is it kind of tight, where is it kind of pull it. 3, 2, 1, switching over again, other foot out to the side, get some good pressure onto the side of that foot, really letting those muscles around the ankle, they work hard all day, we're on our feet, want them just to release, feet don't get really mobilized that much during the day, kind of repeat the same form every time we take a step. 3, 2, 1, and changing over, left ankle now, a little bit of a roll, a little bit of weight on the side, on that left edge of the foot, nice and relaxed, keeping that stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and last one each way, over to the right, keeping that stretch, keeping that pull, nice length through it, or lengthy, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Last one over to the left, bit of weight shift to the left ankle. It's almost like we're rolling out to the side. Always be in control of it. Don't feel like I'm throwing too quickly or too much weight into it just to get to the next one. I want to feel like I'm rolling onto it with purpose, so I don't hurt myself. I just want a bit of weight there. Don't want to really wrench or snap anything there. Not that we could, but just be careful not to put too much weight on it too quickly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. If you needed balance doing any of that, do hold a chair, hold a table, hold a stationary person, just so that you don't have to focus on the balancing too much. Going onto our feet now. If our feet are very tight, they're going to feel the balance isn't too strong there. Toes are going to go down into the floor, so you can get a little bit of turn there. Have the foot behind you, not in front or in line. Nice behind you, knee is heavy, pushing a little bit of weight into it. Shifting a bit of our body weight onto that foot, almost like a stump of a foot, so you don't feel like you're just floating on the left leg. 3, 2, 1, and let's change over. I want to feel again a bit of a pull from the top of that shin into that ankle, especially in the front of the ankle, toes as well, getting nice bit of pressure into it, keeping that stretch, nice weight into it. So give it a little bit more if you feel you want a bit more stretch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and last one each way. Good pressure into it, keeping the weight into that foot. For a nice heavy 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, and last one, and switching over, pressure into it. For a nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. While stretching again into our knees, still facing forward. Good. Tracy's going to sit onto her ankles. Good. So now we're going to do a bit of side stretching now. We're first going to do a bit of warm up before we include our arms. Hands going to fall over to the right, onto the floor. Good. Left arm is going to stay where it is, in line with the body. And we're going to slowly start moving this hand a little bit away. Now we're going to keep that pose first, not adding anything extra now, just feeling how the feet feel. Don't let the hip, especially that top hip, that left hip, don't feel like it rotates forward and we get too much of a twist. We want to keep that nice and horizontal. We want to keep that there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we let the left arm come over. Nice long reach. Keeping that extension. And do feel like you are pushing those hips out a little bit. So they don't have to be completely on the feet. So we get a bit more of a push there, a bit of an opening there. Keeping that reach out that shoulder. And you see Tracy doing well. Nothing in the neck. Shoulder supporting us a little bit. A lot of weight on this feet. Now we're going to add a bit of the back. A bit of that QL in the spine. Arm rotates forward. Try and touch the floor. We want to also try and get to that this hand that comes down first does end up almost in line with that other arm. We want to feel a reach. Now if we can't reach it, that's fine, that's not a problem. We're going to feel a bit of a pull in the back. Tracy's doing well. That left hip's not cascading or rolling forward. We're keeping that nice and circular or nice and stable at the back with that circular motion in the mid-back. Keeping it nice and twisted for 4. Sitting here, feet might feel quite a pull as well. 3, 2, 1, lifting that left arm up. So we're going to that previous position we were in. Good, lower that left arm next to us, and we lift and walk ourselves up a little bit onto both feet. Resettle the hips on those ankles. Over to the left side, tipping over first. Keep that right arm next to the hips for now. Get a little bit of range out that left arm. You just want to feel a bit of a stretch, a bit of a pull here, getting heavy. Then we let that right arm float up towards the ceiling. No rotation yet. And now we start pushing this right hip out away from that left ankle or that left arm. So it's a bit more length out of it. Keep it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Front arm rotates, circling into the front. Keeping that pull for a nice 5. Keeping that length out of it. Arms reaching away. Feel that QL, which is right next to the base of the hips and the spine. It goes up into the rib cage. Feel that nice little pull there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and untwist first. And let's sit up nice and tall. Oh wait, Mike, lower that right arm first. We're almost forgetting where we're going. Damn it, Tracy. And let's lift up all the way. Good, over to the other side once again. Right hand falls over. And the left arm comes over now. So we're going straight into that QL stretch. We've warmed up enough. And twist. And feel that stretch. So this one we're going to keep a little bit longer. You want to feel like you're pushing this left hip throughout a little bit away from that right side. So almost like there's counterweight. You're going left and your weight's on the right. Getting that twist through the back. Keeping that arm nice and pulled. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untwist first. Lower the left arm. Still keeping that side stretch and then press yourself up. All the way back from the ankles. Last one. Tipping over first. Right arm comes over and immediately rotating into that side twist stretch. Keeping that rotation waist nicely over the hips, but at the same time now we're keeping this for a little bit longer. This right hip is pushing out to the side, keeping that reach away. So a bit of hip press into it, keeping that extension out. For a nice long while, feeling that back. Give us a bit of pulling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and untwist first, popping up and sitting up nice and tall. Good. I'm going to ask Tracy to turn 90, face either direction. We're going to stretch a bit of our quads out now. This might be quite a bit tough. Quads don't like to be stretched. And let's shuffle a little bit forward for me. Sit onto the haunches. Good. Arms going to go behind you. Good. Fingertips facing away from your body. So you want to have it like they're nice and wide, open to the side. Arms don't have to be too close next to us. We're not doing too much shoulder work yet. We're just opening those arms. So it's almost like giraffe legs helping us down. We want to keep these hips nicely on the ground as much, or on the feet as much as we can. If we're not feeling a stretch in this position, we start walking and moving those arms further apart and a little bit further back. So if we're feeling a quad stretch here, we sit in, no need to get any lower than this. If we're not, we kind of sit there, want to feel the pull. We're not going to push our hips up yet. We want our body to kind of do the work for us. We're trying to get to eventually lying down as much as we can. It's going to be tight, but on the first one, we don't have to get there. We can just settle in this position just to get a bit of opening in it. So if we are there now, before we get us further and further where we're kind of going to be trapped at the bottom, do you want to push your hips up a little bit just to get a bit more quad stretch, just to get them warmed up as we start going down. Feet might be quite tight, they will feel quite a lot of work in them. If the knee, inside the knee, is feeling anything too much, not so much on top of the leg or top of the knee, if it's feeling too much inside the knee, do come up rather quicker. Don't sit here too long into that position. Rather go back 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 seconds and then come up. Don't sit there for too long. But if it's not, we want to feel this quad pull. We're going to keep it there for a little bit longer. 2, 1. Start walking those hands back just to give it a bit of a breather. Working through those arms. We're going to try and get lower now. If we can't get all the way down yet, no problem either. We'll go a little bit further than we did before. If we do, great stuff. We just keep it in that position. Legs go, or arms go back behind us. Opening up that, knees may lift up, that's fine as well. Going to fall straight back, keeping that weight. Now what's nice about this is, there's a point where your arms can't really support you anymore, so you've actually dove too deep into the pool and you can't get back up, which means you're kind of trapped in a quad stretch. That is what we want to go for. We want to be helpless, we want to be stuck. So Tracy looks like she might be there already, and if she is, that's good. If she's not, we're going to have to try it again next time. So it's a nice weight back. Feeling that pull over the quads, arms or legs aren't going to like it. If we also start to get into the back a little bit, do go to your elbows. So then your elbows will be behind you. It might be tough if your shoulders are tight as well, but just have that kind of support there so you don't go all the way into the back. Right, we'll keep it there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly walking ourselves up. Good, now this will be our last one. We're going to try and get as low as we can. If the head touches the floor, great. If the shoulders touch, even greater. And we walk those arms back. Keeping those legs nicely in front. Falling down. Breathing through is important. We want to keep that breath going. Knees may lift up. You might feel, if you eventually get there, or if you get here quite easily, that's fine. Do try and keep those knees in line with the ankles. If they want to now sprawl out, that's fine. They're too tight for you to get comfortable. That's what we want to sit here for, just to get them to release a little bit. Relaxing in the shoulders, relaxing in those arms. Just really sitting into it. It's going to pull. We want to feel that pull. Nothing too much on the back though. So if we are starting to feel something in the back, do push those hips then into the glutes or into the feet. So you can just protect that back a little bit so there's not too much arching. We're going to sit there. Tracy's doing well. I'll ask you to try and bring your knees a little bit closer in together. The hamstrings might fight you. They might say, no thank you, not today. That's fine, but we'll get the next time. Keeping those knees nicely in line. Breathing through it. The muscles don't want to release. Muscles that are tight don't want to give you anything. They're going to fight you and they're going to let you know. They're going to try and override you to quit. You want to stay in them. Don't give them a chance to give up. So you want to stay in that stretch. They're going to want to maybe cramp as well. If you're going to cramp, hop out quickly, release that cramp, but then do go back into it. This muscle doesn't want it. Bigger muscles hold on tight. They're very strong. So they're not going to release that quickly. They're not like a little hand muscle that can give you a bit and give you back. These muscles resist very much. Keeping the weight back for 5. Nice relaxing 4. And 3, 2, 1. Now we stay there. The easiest dismount. Left arm comes up to the ceiling. And we roll over to our right side. And we're out of it. Good. Then you straighten those legs. Pick up your towel and you leave. Or we can only roll with the neck stretches onto our hands and knees. Onto our hands and knees. We're going to stretch out our glutes a bit now. So we stretch the front of the legs. We're going to stretch out the glutes a little bit. We're going to use again body weight. So that was a body weight quad stretch. Wasn't assisted. We didn't have to use arm. We didn't have to use any straps. Our body weight did the stretch for us. Same with this glute stretch now. Body weight's involved. We're going to bring that right leg in front. So it's bent almost like it's in front of us on a table. Ankles nicely on the floor. Trying to get the knee to touch the ground as well. Doesn't have to be in perpendicular. So the foot and the knee don't have to be in the perfect angle. The foot can be there and the knee can be quite closer to the hands. It doesn't have to be the same distance away from the foot. At the same time, once we've got a comfortable knee position and nothing is sore, we start straightening out the back leg. So we start pushing it, worming its way down. This is where the initial stretch comes. Arms stay nice and heavy, nothing's bending, nothing's changing the shoulders. This back leg is doing kind of an inch worm away, and as the hips get lower to the floor, we're going to feel a bit more of a pull on this right hip. So with the left leg being behind us, right leg in front, we're going to start feeling that pull on the right glute. No need to go down yet. If you get your hips lower, that'll be when the stretch starts. Once you've settled into it and your body's gone out of panic mode, then start walking those hands forward so that your torso can get low as well. We're creating a sharper angle on that right hip. So the arms are reaching forward. It's gonna kick. Now the glute muscle, just like the quad, is very big. So when it resists with quite a bit of resistance. It's gonna fight you. It might want to cramp, it might want to let you know to quit. Do sit in it for a little bit. This is the first one, so it's going to be the hardest one generally to your body react to. So you stay for a little bit. We will get out of it, go into it a couple more times, trying to get more relaxed into it, really letting that muscle release out of it. We keep in here for 5, 4, breathing through it, 2, 1. Start with the arms first. Start walking them a little bit closer, small increments, bend the elbows, push yourself up, and then bring yourself a little bit higher. Now we're going to get out of the stretch. Make it a little bit more. The foot that is now lower than the knee, or was in parallel lower than the knee, you want to bring it up a little bit more. If it's perpendicular to the same as the knee, just stay in that, then we'll move that leg at the back and further back. So if we're there, left leg climbs a little bit or crawls a little bit away from us, and now we start walking those hands in front again, lying into this position, just the body weight doing the work for us, stretching out the glute, opening up that spine, arms staying heavy, so a lot of weights just resting over that ankle, over that foot, keeping the pressure on, shoulders staying loose, breathing through it, weights in the pelvis, find that tight glute, sitting in it for a while for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's walk those hands back. Got one last one to go. We'll keep the last one for a little bit longer, just so that body can release. So again, move that foot up a slight inch or half an inch if you want to do a bit more stretching. Left leg also creeps a little bit further away, almost like you're sitting on the floor and your legs out behind you. And then the last one, we climb with those arms ahead of us, away from the hips, leaning forward, nicely in that pelvis, leaning ahead of the hips, keeping that stretch out those arms, keeping that leg down, breathing through it. It's going to want to cramp, it's going to bite you a little bit. Try not to get out of it, that hard time when it really fights and bites you. Want to sit into it, that's where the release is going to come. As long as we're not feeling anything sore in the joint, the knee, foot, we're kind of fine then, we can just stay in it. As long as there's no pain, discomfort from the glute stretch, you must not suffer through it. Just breathe in there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, almost done, 2, 1, and start climbing those hands back. Bring back the left leg and move the right leg out of under the hips. Same sequence now, just with the left leg, starting small again. One glute may be more tight than the other, so we must treat them individually. Left leg's knees out to the side, left foot out to the side as well. Leg is bent, right leg climbs and crawls behind us. Try and get the hips low first. That's going to be our first inclination of how tight this glute is. So before we start walking our arms too much forward, do move this right leg further back. That as it gets this hip closer to the ground, we're going to start feeling a bit more stretch on that left side. Now, we're going to keep that pressure on, breathing for 5, just to get that body ready so it relaxes, doesn't hold on too much for 4, 3, just to give it a chance, 2, 1. Now we're making a bit more deeper and climb those hands forward in front of us. Balance weight nicely over both of the hips. Don't want to feel like the one hip's popping up too much. Relaxing the shoulders, they kind of give us the guidance of how's our body turned or twisted. Want to be nice and flat, almost like our legs are just clipped in the front and clipped in the back. Keeping the weight in front, 5. Breathing through it, these muscles are big, they don't want to release, 4, 3, opening up the right leg as well a little bit, 2, 1, and climb those hands back, nice and slow. No need to rush it, no increase the increments a bit. Foot moves ever so slightly, a little bit more forward, not too much, just enough so we can get a bit more into it. Pressing down with the hips, leg goes a little bit further back behind us, and we start walking those hands in front of us again, keeping them away from front, hanging into those arms, torso's heavy over that ankle, nice and heavy into those arms, reaching in front of us, keeping that length away for a nice long while. We want to settle into it, keeping the weight back over the hip and in front of the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pressing yourself up. This will be our last one. Move that foot ever so slightly more forward, right leg moves a little bit more back, and we walk those hands for the final time in front of us. Now we really want to settle into this. Don't want to feel like I'm resisting, I want to feel like I'm melting into it. Body weight's nicely over the shoulders, arms are in front, hanging into those feet, arms ahead, legs at the back, keeping that reach long, nice length out of it, keeping those arms heavy, legs long behind us. For our last 10, 9, really breathing through it, 8, 7, 6, 5, almost done, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start walking your hands back. Once you're able to support your body weight, unhook your left leg. Good. We're going to roll onto our side now. So we go onto the, still on the floor, onto the side. Right top leg, or the leg that's on top, so let's say we're starting on our right, as Tracy is. Left leg is going to be in front of us, bent. Right leg is going to be behind us, bent. Good. It's almost like there's a running position. It's almost like you're running. Both arms are going to be in front of us, legs on the floor. Legs on the floor, that's it. Foot's a little bit forward for me, good. Both arms are in front. Need a bit of space now, so a bit of space for your wingspan. We're going to track the top hand with the head as well. Lifting up that top arm, it opens up overhead, twist to the side. Weight of the knee is keeping your hips rolling forward. Weight of the arms behind you is twisting the top torso. So we counter twisting our entire spine. We're trying to open up that mid back, trying to open up that spine, keeping that twist. Also a little bit of the shoulders, not too much, just a bit of work there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that hand back. Good, so you want to keep this as a smooth opening in the chest, just to get the rotation, and left arm goes up and around, twisting through, keeping that spin in the mid back. Oh, nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that hand back. Our last one, top hand lifts up, circles around, overhead, open to the side, opening up those shoulders. Nice work through it. For a nice long 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolling back. Good. We can flip, we can roll, we can try and do the other side. Same position, top leg is in front of us, bent, bottom leg is behind us, bent. So there's a bit of weight stabilizing us in the back. Arms are in front of us, together, tracking the top hand with the arm or the head. We'll open up that side, opening up that shoulder, keeping that width, opening up the spine. Bottom half is staying stationary or in front of the body. Top half is twisting back, opening up that spine, keeping that range for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bringing it back. Very good. Last 2, and opening up, keeping that pressure through. Nice work through the arms, through that torso. Nice and heavy. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the hand back in. Last one, and open to the side, keeping that width, keeping that rotation for a nice lengthy 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring those hands together. Good. I'll show you to sit up for me. Both legs, feet together. So sitting up, bending both legs. Good. You're going to sit on the floor, so you're not on your feet, you're going to sit on the floor. Good. Feet together, knees apart. Good. Grab those ankles. Pull them a little bit closer, not too much. Now we're going to hold our feet down. So we're not going to pull ourselves with the torso, we're going to keep that back nice and straight. This is not about our spine now, this is about our hips. We're going to lift those knees up, and we're going to start a little bit of butterflying in it, and we kind of flap them down. So it's not we're flapping them up, we don't want that contraction to be the main one, we want to be the one where we pull them down. Don't just let them drop, feel like you are opening up that hip. So a nice rhythm in it, keeping that back straight, keeping that flapping going with those knees, working a bit in those ankles as well, and inside the hip, keep it there for 5. Keep going, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause there, grab the toes now. Now getting a bit of curve in the spine, curve that spine and pull yourself a little bit towards your toes. So get a bit of pressure going forward. I feel like I'm pulling myself into those feet. So open up the lower spine, knees stay wide as well, they don't get to come up in any height. Keep them nice and heavy for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lifting up. Good. Pull those feet a little bit closer, holding onto the ankles, swinging nice and tall, so now my back is nice and straight, and we flap those knees out to the side. Good work, still keeping that back nice and straight, nice and heavy in those knees. The flap is down, so that's where the main force is going. Keep it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, holding onto the toes. Move those feet a little bit further away than they started, a little bit more, good. And now we lean forward, pulling ourselves towards those toes, feeling that lengthening out the back, keeping that stretched weights in front. One nice lengthy, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release those feet. Good. Let's get to our hands and knees now. We're going to dig those toes in, so we're going to give it a pike up stretching. There's going to be a bit of work from the shoulders, just a bit of muscle activation there. We're going to try and get those heels as low as we can. Going to feel a bit of calf pull possibly a bit of hamstring. I want to get my back straight rather than get my hamstrings to stretch. So we're doing like a little TP shape with our bodies. I'd rather have a straight back than straight legs and a curved spine. Deep inhale, lift those knees up, push those hips up to the ceiling, so the weight goes back. And we're going to try and bend, if we have to bend those knees, we bend those knees. We're going to get this back nice and straight. Good, so you feel like your spine is falling between your shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1, shift the weight forward and lower the knees down. If you need to, do move your knees a lot further back for me. That's it. Don't have to have the knees in front of the chest, feet can be far behind us. Deep inhale and lifting up those knees and press those hips up, nice back. So I have a bit of range at the back. I want a bit of coordination between my back and my legs. Don't want to feel like I'm stuck in sort of a hop position. Back is more important in this stretch for me than the hamstrings. The hamstrings can take care of themselves, but I want to work into that spine now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bringing it back. Lower those knees down. Bit of work for the arms as well. Wrists may take a bit of work, but make sure we push a lot more weight towards the feet than keeping all the weight on the hands. Last 2, lifting those hips up and press that weight back. Opening up that spine, weight stays behind us, away from the wrist, reaching it out, keeping that length out the spine, into those feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the weight forward, lowering those knees, very good. Last 1, and lifting up, and extend, pressing those hips back, keeping that extension, nice length out of it, reaching out those arms. Keeping the weight back into those feet for a nice length. Keep those hips high. Keeping it reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring those knees forward, lower to the ground. Under the hips. We're going to stretch our forearms out a little bit. So where the hands are now, under the shoulders, we're going to flip that right hand back, so the fingertips are facing back. Don't have your wrist too far forward, rather have it closer to your hips than closer to the front of your head. You're going to have that bend in the hand, and slowly, a little bit, not a lot, we rock a little bit of weight back towards those hips, stretching out that forearm. Don't go too fast, too quickly, you can hurt the wrist or the fingers, and we rock a little bit forward, and rock a little bit back, and forward. So nice heavy hand through it, and rock back, and back. The fun part is here, we want to try and keep this right arm straight. As we keep that straight, we're going to get more pull on that forearm and a smooth rock. Not too much within your ranges, so that you don't feel like you're pushing yourself too far and you're hurting your wrists or your joints. You do a couple more, just nice back and forth, kind of a nice rocking, smooth action through it. Keeping the weight back, do 5 more, just nice and easy stretching, opening up that forearm. And we'll go 3, keep the weight back, 2, good, and we'll go into our last one and rock back, keep it there, 3, 2, 1, and go forward. Unhook that hand, left hand's turn, fingertips face behind us. Top of the hand is off the ground, palms facing up towards us. And rock the weight back, forward a little bit, getting a bit of stretch. Don't go too fast or too heavy quickly, just nice even back and forth. Rocking through that wrist, through that forearm. Nice and heavy, relaxing into it. Keeping the weight back, over those fingers, over that wrist. Nice and smooth, weight's nicely balanced. Over it. Keeping it there for 5. Back. And we go forward again. 4. Nice back and forward. 3. And 2. And last 1. And relaxing that hand back to all 4s. Let's dig those toes in. Going to sit back onto the haunches. Going to stretch those bottom side of the feet now. Walk those hands a little bit closer to the knees. And we push our body a bit into the toes. Keeping those ankles from falling out to the side. You want to keep them nicely in line with those knees, so you can really get a lot of weight pressing into the toes. If the feet are tight, you might feel it quite severe here, but that's good. As long as you don't snap anything off. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift a bit of weight forward. Good, just to give a bit of relief to those toes, and let's rock it back again. Weight into the toes. Nice bit of pressure from the hands, just to get a bit more body weight sensation into those feet. Nice and heavy into the ankles. Keeping it heavy. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rocking forward. And last 2, pressing back into the toes. Weight stays heavy into those feet. For a nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rocking forward. Last 1, and rocking back into those feet. Keeping that pressure through. For a nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rocking forward. Very good. Lowering, flattening those feet, opening up those knees up quite wide. Good. Crawl those hands forward. We want enough space that our torso could hypothetically fit between our knees. We're going to get nice and heavy, opening up those hips a bit and stretching out that lower back as you keep that pull, keeping the weight between the knees, nice and heavy in the shoulders. Keeping that reach back, opening up that spine, opening up those hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight back a little bit. Open the knees up a little bit further. Feet can still stay together. And move those hands forward. Drop that torso in between the hips, in between the knees. Nice and heavy. Lengthening out that back. Keep that reach out of it. Arms are long. Just breathing through this last bit. You can really feel that body just relaxing, letting go. Over those shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shift the weight back. Last 1, if you've got any more, open those knees up a little bit wider. And again, crawling those arms in front. Keeping the weight heavy into those arms. One nice lengthy while. Breathing through it, shoulders staying heavy. One nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pressing those weight back all the way up. Nice and tall. Bring the knees back together. Good. We're gonna go on to, so we're gonna sit up off our feet. We're gonna go into kind of a lunge position. So our left leg goes in front of us, or right leg goes in front, either side. We're gonna keep those arms next to us on the ground, and we're gonna rock back, lifting the toes on the right foot up, and rock back into that heel. Getting a bit of a hamstring stretch, getting a bit of pull. If you don't feel that yet, do move that foot further forward. So when you do start to lunge, you don't want it under your hip too much. You want to have it a little bit in front, so there is a bit of space. Hips are doing the work for us. Keep that there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shift the weight forward. Good. going into a stretch again on that hamstring and pressing back, bend that calf, keeping that balance. If it's sore under the left knee or the knee that's on the ground, do put a pillow or extra bit of padding. Don't want to be discomfort or uncomfortable here, and discomfort in that ankle or in that knee. You want to keep the weight concentrating on the stretch in the right leg only. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move the weight a bit forward. Get the foot on the last one to go a little bit more ahead for us. Keeping the weight there. 3, 2, 1, and let's rock back. Opening up, really almost like feels like you're dragging that heel along that floor to get a nice stretch out the back of the hip, out of the back of the ankle. Keep it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rocking forward. Let's change legs. Knee coming under the hip, left leg's turn out in front. Foot, as you can see, Tracy's done well. It's a lot further than in front of her knee, it's quite in front of her. And then you rock back, lifting up the toes, straightening out that left leg, keeping that pull. This might also pull it back a bit on the lower spine as well. That's fine. It's kind of a bonus we get to have there. Nice length out the back of that leg, keeping that reach out those shoulders. Nice lengthy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shuffle forward. And again, keep the forward is now. Move the weight back into those hips. Arms relaxed, holding up the body weight. Ankles nice and heavy. Dragging that leg back. Keeping that breath going. Heavy through the foot. Heavy through that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Last one. Pull that hand a little bit back, or that foot a little bit back. Hold forward, forward, backward this way. Forward that way, and then press back. Opening up that spine. Nice and balanced over the shoulders. Working through that hamstring. For a nice lengthy 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shift the weight forward and bring that knee under the head. Good. Dig the toes in. Gonna shift the weight back onto the haunches, but lift the knees up this time. So we are actually standing on the haunches. Good. Walk those hands back. Now we're going to start straightening those legs up a little bit and let the heels touch, but still keep the head and the shoulders heavy. Trying to keep touching the ground as long as we can. So we're going to push those hips up a little bit, touch the heels. If you can still touch the ground with the legs straight, that's fine. Let's grab those ankles. Good. We're going to grab the calves now, just behind the legs. Bend both legs, trying to get the torso close to almost like the stomach touching those thighs. Now holding that distance, we're going to try and maintain that distance between our thighs and our stomach. We're going to push those hips up to the ceiling. Getting a bit of a dual stretch through the back and the hamstrings. Going to feel quite a tight pull. Don't have to hold too low near the calves. You can hold high near the top of the calf, almost behind the knee, just so we can get that extension out those hips. 3, 2, 1, and bending in. We'll do 2 more and straighten up. Getting that pressure out the back, arms staying loose still. Good pull here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend. And our last one, and we straighten, pushing out those hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend, let go of the legs, straighten both legs, and slowly start restacking your spine up. A nice slow one, this last one will be a bit slower, arms staying loose, long exhales and inhales, really getting that body to calm down, all the way up, shoulders back, chin slightly in, knees relaxed. And we are done, and we'll see you next time.